I'm good. I'm ready.
What's up, everybody, and thank you for joining us on this episode of All in the Delivery, episode 58. Guys, we're 2 away from episode 60. You know what that means? We got a live coming, okay? But before we get into all that good stuff, let me introduce you guys. Everybody that's with us tonight, let's go around the table, okay? First off, starting with my co-host. That's right, down in West by God, Virginia.
Fuck.
That one caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting that. Was good. Luke, how are you today, buddy?
Like I told you before we got on, as we record this tonight, I was finishing watching the movie Rudy, and one of my all-time favorite movies, and it was much needed because I didn't have a bad day today, but I had a couple, anybody that's in our business, especially, you just have some things that don't make any sense sometimes, and it just kind of pisses you off. And it's like, yeah, I didn't really let it get to me too bad because I still got done. It wasn't a bad day. And there's something coming up this week too, but we can get to that in a little bit as soon as we get done introducing everybody. So it's it's been a fun week. It's going to be a busy week, and so far so good.
Absolutely. Next up, going around the table, the producer of the show, Nate. How are you, buddy?
Doing good, man. Doing good.
Good, man. How's your week been, huh?
It's been pretty smooth so far. I mean, pretty much, I'd say just normal week for me.
Yeah, you had that ride along today?
Oh, yeah, but you can call it
that. Listen, Dave's he's got that crowbar with his eyes. He's just wanting to get that ride along info out.
And next up, guys, still rolling strong. All right, somewhere California, the Rogans. Guys, how are you?
We're really good. We're good.
I don't want to know.
We're in Sacramento, California right now. We just
I'm in the bathroom.
You're in the bang bus?
Oh my God.
No, Joe had to go to the bathroom, so he's in the kitchen / living room / bathroom right now.
I'm okay.
You sound you.
Let us know if we should send help.
Yeah, you said.
I know a lot of people in California.
He said I'm okay, but he said I'm okay. Like I'm okay. Like, it's like it's kind of like when you fall. It's like clap twice if you're in trouble.
I think that's enough from us now. Go have fun, guys.
Thank you, Rogans, for joining us.
Oh, absolutely. Fucking lutely.
Oh, my goodness. Awesome. So, guys, real quick, we wouldn't be here without the support of our Patreons. And we have a new one to introduce to you guys as well, new Patreon members. So thank you so much for everybody that's joining. If you want to go check it out, go to patreon.com/AITDpod. The link is in the bio. No, the link is in the description of this episode. So guys, let's hear it for Tony, Sam V, Andrew, Fernando, Nate, Clement, Jerica, Tad, Sam C, Luke C, Ryan, Will, and the newest Patreon member, Ashley P. Ashley, thank you for coming along for the ride with us and everybody else that's here. So, like we said, and we'll say it every time because we mean it from the bottom of our hearts, thank you guys so much for the support. It means the world to us.
It really fucking does. And it feels like it's just necessary to say absolutely after that every time because it just stamps it in.
I just need that sound bite. We're going to have to find one.
Yeah,
that'd be a good sound bite.
We'll get it. Yeah, it'll come. It'll get there organically. I'm sure.
Oh yeah. So thank you guys so much again for the support. What else? Of course, the street team, the pod pad street team. one of the people who requested some up in Canada just got theirs, sent me a message about it saying that they just got their pod pads. So fucking international, baby. So let's keep this ball rolling, and thank you for the support up there in Canada, eh?
I bet they're hockey fans just like you.
I know, but they're probably, hold on, where does she live? She's probably a Toronto fan.
I don't know. That doesn't, just because they're from there doesn't always mean. I mean, I always
I was trying to. I mean, like usually, like they got like the Calgary Flames and the Edmonton Oilers. They always have fucking beef together. You know what I mean? They're like big rivals up there. And then you got like the Montreal Canadiens and the Toronto Maple Leafs, and you got the Vancouver Canucks and the Winnipeg Jets. You know, dude, I'm so excited for fucking hockey season. Preseason starts. Well, by the time people listen to this, it started last night. So, fucking for the Rangers, it starts this Sunday for us, Luke. So, but for everybody, like I said, it already passed. So I'm fucking stoked.
Yeah, I'm curious who the hockey team is, because that's like, shout out Tony, because I just assumed, the first time mistakenly, because he was not only is he not a Georgia Bulldogs fan, he is a Auburn fan, which, I mean, I guess to call him a rival, I mean, it probably is more of a rival than I know it is. They're in the same fucking conference, so you got to get through them to win to get to where you need to be. But yeah, it's I don't oh fuck, I got a good one for you, because we're talking about this real quick. So I saw somebody how I always say locally on the personal account on Facebook, somebody put a fucking clip up. We just beat Virginia Tech last week, renewed an old rivalry that's been the battle for the Black Diamond Trophy. That used to be a celebrated game every year. This conference switching bullshit happened, and we are where we are. But that was the first time they played each other, and fuck, man, it might have been close to 15 years. And so some fucking writer, said Virginia Tech has a tough matchup against in-state foe West Virginia, and I was like, motherfucker, they fucking didn't even. I was like, there you go. There's somebody else don't even know we're a state. Oh God.
Well, just when you just said motherfucker, it reminded me that one of my coworkers and when I was at the gas pump filling up, pulls up, and then a gas pump on the other side. Comes rolling in slow, looks at me. He goes, fuck. And I was just like, I know. It's always a good fuck. And
right.
So shout out to Mr. Healy, who rolled up next to me, and it's fucking becoming a staple, buddy. It really is.
Well, Tony said Deep South's oldest rivalry, so just you can answer me, Tony. Is it older than the Iron Bowl? And you go ahead, Dave. I'm just interacting. I'm just interacting on YouTube. Finally, old low tech Tommy. But go ahead, brother.
Low tech Tommy.
Nah. After that, I'm good. I'm just out of strict curiosity. For me to type it, it would be worse, because then I'd be like, huh? What? So I'm like, I may as well say it.
That's all right.
Nah, you're good, brother. Go ahead. Let's fucking. I won't be putting any more curveballs on you like that.
That's all right. So we thank the Patreons, thanked everybody up north who got their info pod pads, the pod pads. Shout out to the street team, everybody. Thank you so much. Guys, also don't forget the website deliveringgreatness.com. Find it in the description of this episode. Got some good stuff on there as well. The socials also. The socials, dude. We hit 200 subscribers on YouTube. All right, let's keep that number going, because that's where the lives are going to be. All right, guys. So keep on subscribing, and don't forget, like I just mentioned at the beginning of the episode, we got episode 60 coming up. We are planning our live for episode 60, Saturday, October 9th. Mark your calendars, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 7 p.m. for you West Coasters out there. Hopefully you 22-4s will be off the road by that time, and you'll be able to watch. Saturday, October 9th, 10 p.m. guys. Episode 60. We'll be live. Come and join us. Hang out, interact with us through the chat while we're recording, all that good stuff. All right. Yeah. That's
I
Pretty
mean,
much all I got for that one.
every time I'm always
So-
just impressed. It just rolls off smooth, dude. You do it so well.
Yes. So we got quite a few things to talk about here, man.
Yes, we do.
We got quite a few things. We're not going to be doing the question of the week this week. We'll be doing it next week because it was kind of a hard one. I think people really need to think about. It's it's not just a simple, funny answer and everything like that. So go check that out and leave a comment if you haven't yet. All right. Also, we could save Grandma Nomad for the end.
Sure.
We'll save that. We'll have some fun with that one. So real quick, so there's been the drama going around about the girl who went missing when her and her boyfriend started a trip across the U.S. And yeah, I'm sure everybody knows about it. It's been in the news. It's been on social media. Gabby Petito, I think is how you say her last name. And she ended up going missing, I think, in the beginning of September. And her boyfriend ended up going to his parents' house alone. And when she was supposed to be with him. And they ended up finding her body. And so it's just, dude, it's fucked up. And now the boyfriend is on the run.
Dude, you know way more about this than I do, so I asked you a lot of questions on this. I mean, I know the gist of it, but the parents seem to have helped this guy, right? His parents, not.
I don't know if they helped him or if I mean,
I've seemed to have heard that, so I don't want to stretch too far on it, but
yeah,
the thoughts alone, dude. I mean, it's fucking. I guess that body. Did you see the body cam footage video?
yes.
That's everybody. So
Yeah.
Go ahead and because that I didn't see, but you told me it was bad.
Oh yeah, I mean there was like body cam footage from the police when the police got called when they were arguing, when Gabby and her boyfriend were arguing, and it was getting a little physical, I guess.
So and they're travelers, right? So they were like, were they
Right.
in a? They
were living
in
a van life.
Okay, so they were in a van. So
Yeah.
this was like in a public place, obviously, where they're arguing. But
Right.
so apparently, from what I've gathered with it, is this dude was a fucking abusive, and all signs point to him being. I mean, the fact that he's missing now, I hope
Yeah.
her fucking dad found his ass because I did see him on TV. And I did hear him say that he didn't want to mention any, whatever his thoughts weren't meant for TV.
Right.
I was like, oh, well, yeah, fucking. I said, oh, like, I didn't mean to say, oh, in a bad way.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I hope he
No,
finds
and
his ass.
and thank you to Mrs. Rogan who just messaged me. But because I did hear about this, but I completely forgot about it. So there was a YouTube vlogger who was editing his video footage, and in his video footage, he saw their van in the background. And when he was editing his video footage, that's basically how they pinpointed where her body was this YouTube
Shit.
vlogger.
So basically, if this dude wouldn't have had this video, they probably where did they find her at?
I believe it was the state park in I can't remember, but I believe it's in one of the state parks, and I cannot fucking remember which one it was. But I know people are probably fucking shouting at me right now when they're listening because there's no fucking over here, you stupid. But yeah, dude. I mean, just talking about how fucked up the situation is, and like this kid is just now missing. This guy is just fucking on the run. Like he fucking killed her. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
For him to run like that,
absolutely, he fucking killed her. Because one, you don't just travel across country if you're together. Now I know they work
Right.
together. That'd be like fucking it's like Joe and Amy. Like they would say they were here, or like, and then they go cross, then fucking come back for like, oh, I don't know what happened. Just just fucking vanish like a candle in the wind. That
Right.
just right there sounds fucking suspicious as shit.
Yeah.
And now that you're fucking on the run, like I told you on the phone, dude, when you were first telling me this, I will absolutely accept a Jimmy Hoffa situation with this guy if her dad did get a hold of his ass. I will accept the mystery if we never find him, because I will just assume that
Somebody killed him.
I will assume the taxpayers didn't have to waste their time. And I don't really give a fuck. That's just,
But yeah,
it's hard not to, you're a dad, your father, fuck, man. That's just it'd be hard to not want to. So yeah, I'll
kill the kid. Yeah.
I'll go on record saying I will absolutely accept the Jimmy Hoffa situation with this if justice was indeed done. But something tells me they'll end up finding him.
Probably.
Yeah,
maybe dead, maybe alive.
Yeah, either or.
Who knows? I mean, if he's running like that, the kid may even off himself if he was this fucking psychotic to kill someone.
Maybe.
It's just fucking. That is just nature doing his thing. Fucking get rid of the fucking psychopaths of the world.
Dude, that's why I've said I graduated with a criminal justice degree.
That's just the universe.
That's part of the reason why I didn't end up getting into the fucking BOP, which is the Bureau of Prisons, because I almost went that route but didn't. And because I would read these stories of these guys like this, like child rapists shanked to death, dead. And I'm like, I'm like, well, it's hard for me not to, if it's a fucking, if I saw somebody shank Jerry Sandusky, you think I'd if I'm working there, I'd be like, oh, what's that over there? Fuck, man. That's why I couldn't do that. I'm sorry. I'm getting way off track with my wide earth fucking mode, but damn. It's a fucked up situation. It is. And he fucking deserves, if anything, he deserves justice. He fucking deserves
the family does.
Yeah.
For sure.
For fucking sure, because they need some type of closure, because that's not like their daughter's dead, and it's not like it's a fucking like a car accident or something where while it's still tragic, you can move. You don't really ever move on, but you learn to live with it. So just if you don't have, yeah, man. I hopefully by the time this comes out, maybe this motherfucker will be found.
Found? Who knows? Who knows? But yeah. Anyways, let's have some fun here, dude. We got a lot to go through here. You wanna take this one over with your plans that's happening this well, like I said, when people listen, it'll be already happened. But what are you doing?
Well, my grandmother is hitting the century mark on Saturday. She is turning 100.
Grandma Nomad turning 100. Let's go.
And she's got such a unique name. Her first name is Leontine, and I've always, that's something you don't hear anymore. And I to even try to put into words, and I'm sure I'm probably going to say something at this thing, because I just, obviously we've done 58 fucking podcasts together. I like, if I have a mic in front of my face, I will talk, and she loves to hear me do so I know I'll probably say something at this thing, and it's like, it's amazing to it's fucking surreal at the same time, but it just, I don't know. It's hard to put into words, man, because not to bring it down, but most people know, if most people have listened a little bit, heard the story with my mom and my grandmother. Kind of, she, for a few years, like, she basically, she took over. Not really. She basically became like, in these journals my mom had, she even said that she felt comfortable knowing that my grandparents were like not far, because they would never, you know what I mean? Because it was just like, and that's what, you know, she means the world to me. And it's just hard to put into words, dude. I got family coming in from all over the place. We're scattered fucking everywhere. We got some New Yorkers coming. We got some Philadelphians, Floridians, Arizonians, Delaware, where the fuck else? Colorado. I mean, there's people coming in from, I mean, yeah, dude, awesome. we're fucking scattered, and it's gonna be I'm looking forward to it, man. But it's hard to, you just think 100, dude. That the Smuckers, the fucking guy, he just passed away. I cannot think of the guy's name. The dude that did the Smuckers jar. You remember that on the news? Like for everybody that would turn 100. And I used to just think like how crazy that was. And I don't know, man. It's just it's weird. It's weird because it's like, I feel like if you're I hate to say this, when if you're 30 years younger than her, you're 70 years old. I'm just saying
30 years. Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
Think about that, dude. That's
I'm 33. Can you imagine that? Like, fuck.
Yeah, your age. She was 67 when you were born. She was fucking 60. Yeah, that'd make her what, 63 or 4 when I was born. Yeah, dude. She's been around.
It's like you think like, okay, I'm 10. I just hit the double digits. This is all I'm going to be for the rest of my life. This woman is about to do the triples, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Fucking crazy, awesome.
And her mother made it like 3 or 4 months into her 99th year. Her mom almost made it to 100. So we kind of always knew like she was capable, and we've been extremely, extremely lucky because I guess people don't really see stuff with themselves on how, like, they don't see people drive cars at 97 and then stop driving, like her license expires at 100. And that obviously she doesn't drive anymore, but she quit. Like, it was like, it was so like, I would see other people, and not just, other people in my family as well, but friends, like, and I would like, it was so crazy because like she was older than people, and I knew people that were in like bad health and like dying.
Right. And
it's just like, you wonder, like, that's what we were talking about. Like, she always was fucking, I don't know. She was just a machine. She's a freak of nature. She was a fucking from the greatest generation, man. She was fucking, doesn't know how to take, doesn't know defeat. I don't know.
Like, you were mentioning her license expires when she turns 100. Like, you think like you sign up for like imagine her signing up for like, say, just theoretically, imagine her signing up for like Hulu or something, and she's got to select her age and like the year she was born. Do you think it even goes down that far?
No, I doubt it does.
You know what I mean?
Maybe it'll just go to 1900 just for the shits and giggles. I hope so.
Like, I'm just like, imagine her just scrolling through 1980, 1970, 1960, 1950, 1940, 1930. Like, holy cow, dude.
Dude, I mean, I can't imagine how she feels, because I can remember when I was too old on Create a Player to be my age on NBA, whatever 2K that was. That was years ago. And yeah, that wasn't recent, unfortunately. That's been a while ago. But I remember, it was like I couldn't get to my year, and I was like, oh my God. Oh, my grandmother, damn, dude. She probably, she probably awesome. Don't even, I mean, she's got a tablet and shit, but she's low tech Tommy came from her technology's not her strength. And I'm not.
I mean, like, better. That's because what, she was 70 when the technology came through, like, big.
She was in her 70s when the internet fucking took off.
That's what I was saying, dude. That's crazy.
She was in her
like
70s.
Imagine a 70-year-old right now trying to like work a cell phone.
Most of them are lost.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. Like,
Dude.
holy shit.
She if my brother would listen to this podcast, he would piss his pants with me saying this. She had a landline phone for the longest time, and I'm telling you, if them fucking numbers weren't this big,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, one of the big
dude,
ones, yeah.
yeah, the numbers. I mean, Andre the Giant,
Dude,
couldn't
I
fucking
wanted a
double hit
phone
those
like that
buttons.
when I was like 8. I was like, can we get the one with the big numbers? It's fucking cool, Mom.
Yeah, God, landlines. She's still got that landline, and it's like I literally think she's the only person I think that I know of off the top of my head that still has a landline. I mean, like not, obviously we have one at work, but
Of course.
but
In your residential home.
she
yeah.
actually uses her landline. Like she has a cell phone, but that thing fucking it isn't on too much.
Yeah.
All
right, so I got a whole bunch of dates here and stuff that she has been alive for, and the stuff that she's seen in her lifetime. Okay, so I'm gonna run through them, and then we could get through some fun things like technology and stuff. But I stopped just before 1970. Okay.
Okay.
Because I'm sure I could have kept going, but here's some important ones. All right. 1919. Okay, well, first she was born 1921. We did not mention that. So
Right.
she was born in 1921. But I just want to say 1919, 2 years before your grandmother was born, is the first time the company expanded from Seattle to Oakland, California. 2 years before your grandmother was born. She's been
She's been around
basically
since
been
the company
around
became
since the
company.
beginning of the company that we all work for.
Yeah.
Almost. I mean, since it really took off. Yeah. Like, holy cow, dude. Like back then in those days, they were mostly delivering by foot and bicycle. I think it was 1917 when they came when the company inherited the Ford T model, the Ford T model vehicles to actually drive. And before then it was all bikes and on foot.
Man, you imagine you couldn't bitch about your load back then.
Cause you didn't have one.
Yeah. You weren't bitching about RDCs back then.
Like,
dude, that's so fucking crazy.
Yeah. So that
from
was
the
just,
expansion. See, I didn't know that. I didn't know that the company started in Seattle.
in Seattle. Yep.
I didn't know that. So it literally 2 years before she was born was the first expansion they made. And then that was pretty much the first step
And that's
to
when
becoming,
it took off.
Yeah, to becoming what they are.
Yep.
Man.
1926. All right. 1926. The U.S. starts the numbered highway system.
See, shit, dude, I didn't even think of that, man.
That is crazy to think about.
She was going into kindergarten. Highways were just getting numbers put in on them.
Yeah, like nobody knew where they were going.
Dude.
Like, where the fuck are we?
Jesus, dude. So she basically can tell one of them stories because you'll hear people tell stories about how they used to walk to school and basically, we didn't have snow days. It'd be a fucking blizzard 6 feet and whatever.
Right.
She literally probably did that at 5. She was probably a 5-year-old walking to kindergarten.
You should ask her.
I am going to ask her.
Fuck right.
I
dude.
know she did. Actually, dude, I know she
You gotta
did.
fucking. You gotta ask her a couple things.
She
and then
walked.
report back to us.
She walked to school. I know she walked to school. So yeah, she probably did. If she was old enough to go to school, she was walking. So yeah, dude, she probably did walk. Think about that back then, dude. You're just gonna let a 5-year-old fucking wander down the road. How times have changed.
It's crazy. And next big year was 1929, when Wall Street crashes, leading to the Great Depression.
Which she does remember. She remembers when.
No shit.
She remembers. She was 8 years old then, so she remembers that. Yeah, dude. She talked to. She knows. She remembers the Depression like she remembers Pearl Harbor. I've told you how she remembers that shit. So yeah, dude. She's got she remembers when that happened.
Yeah.
Which
is actually on my list, so I'll get to that one.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to jump,
right.
but I just wanted to use that as an example. I've talked to you about that.
1930 is when the company headed eastbound to New York City. It's when they expanded over to the East Coast, 1930. So she was 9 years old when the company moved to the East Coast. And they moved their corporate offices as well to New York City from Oakland.
Damn. See, I wouldn't have known that either. I just assumed they've been in Atlanta this whole time. I never. Damn, I'm learning all kinds of shit tonight.
All right, you ready? This one blew my mind. 1931, the Empire State Building was completed. Can you imagine? I mean,
that age,
I know you don't go to New York City often, but for like me and like going down to the city and seeing Rangers games, like I mean, it's been a while since I've been down because of fucking COVID, but like you go down there, you see these immaculate buildings and you're like, wow, she was alive when they were still, she would
have been in 4th or 5th grade when that happened.
Yeah, 1931. So she was 10.
She would have been 10.
She was 10 years old when the building got finished. Bro, that's crazy.
That's so wild.
Like, it's so crazy to think about this, historic building.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't know that. I thought for some reason it was, but yeah. Damn, dude. I guess there wasn't really skyscrapers. Sorry, go ahead. I'm
fucking crazy. 1939 was World War II. Okay. Yeah. 1940, McDonald's was founded.
Holy shit.
She's older than McDonald's.
So that would have been college age.
That must have been the shit back then in college.
You imagine being a college student and McDonald's first come out? Dude, you want to talk about a magical fucking world? No wonder they're the greatest fucking generation of all time, dude. There's fucking having all this awesome shit coming out that we just...
I know. You imagine being in college, there's like McDonald's like the hottest thing on the block.
McDonald's coming out and... Damn, I couldn't even imagine. I'm thinking kegs and shit were fun. Fuck, man. You imagine
it's
discovering
like,
McDonald's.
You want to go to McDonald's?
Yeah,
like, yeah.
You can't compete with that.
No, fuck.
I can't think of anything.
There wasn't anything else around back then.
No, dude.
McDonald's was it. It's fucking cool.
Oh, no, it is.
1941, like you just mentioned, was Pearl Harbor.
Damn. Yeah.
1943. You think she was still in college?
She had graduated by then. She was in 1943. She'd have been 22, and she was.
Well, LSD was invented.
Well, I can promise you, she never did LSD. But I bet there was a see there. I mean, I hate to say call that a win, but there's another one that's just greatest generations discovering something people have had fun with.
1944 was D-Day.
Yep.
Can you imagine being alive for that?
Well, she at that point
Like,
she was married to my grandfather. Then he wasn't in actual D-Day, but he was in World War II, so they were married at that point. So, yeah, that'd have been 23 years old.
Yep. Moving a little bit further along here, 1963, the JFK assassination.
Yep. And that would have been at that point. So my dad was 9 when that happened.
Mhm.
And so at that point, she would have been 42. So yeah, I'll have to ask if my aunt, she was born, I think, in 1956. So that would have, she probably remembers that. That'd have made her like 7. But
1968, Martin Luther King was assassinated. 1969, the last one I got was, of course, the landing on the moon. Like,
and all that shit happened. She was at that point. 1969. She'd have been 48. So
all that shit happened before the age of 50.
Yeah, all that shit happened before the age of 50.
like that's like, you know, when you hear somebody say like, man, you've seen some shit. Fuck.
I mean,
Dude.
it blows my mind when she like to think about, because, and I know I've mentioned it before on here, but my great grandmother, her mom, for those that hadn't heard, when I was in 5th grade, I was doing a report on the Titanic, and she was just randomly, it was like, oh yeah, I remember when that happened. And everybody was like, kind of like, she was like,
Pardon?
yeah, yeah. She was like, yeah, I remember going out on the radio, just fucking, you know, she was just chilling. I'm like, wow, that was 1912.
That's insane.
I know, man. I know. And that's her. And, you know, that's her daughter that's about to be 100. So it's in the genes, man. I mean, I personally, I don't think I'm going to make it to 100, but I mean, I've got the genes to live a while, so hopefully I hear some of it. But dude, yeah, she, but like again, in that time, like they, you know, she basically walked everywhere she went. They ate what they, you know, especially during the Depression time, because, you know, times were tight back then, and they just, all this shit that's invented now that we just, you know, like I'm just bang energy all the time. Bang energy wasn't around back then, and every other. I'm not saying bang's bad, but there's a lot of bad shit. They weren't walking to every fucking convenience store around the corner and seeing honey buns and fucking granola bars and fucking Hostess snack cakes at their fucking disposal either. You know, I mean, they're just not. She was healthy, man. She never. She didn't, you know, she didn't smoke. I don't think she's drank barely. I've seen her sip maybe a glass or two of wine in my entire life. And yeah, man, I mean, it just like, yeah, she wasn't even 50 by the time when we landed on the moon. Then you feel like, if you think, like you said, you could have kept going, and it's just more and more. I mean, now, dude, she's seen, I mean, think of Paul. I'm not gonna get into politics, but think about how politics have become to what did she saw. Like she was seeing that Biden Trump circus, probably just like, wow, this definitely isn't Eisenhower, JFK anymore.
So a couple of other facts real quick too. In 1924 is when in an effort to make capital punishment more humane, the state of Nevada introduces death by gas chamber.
Oh, dude, so they were still hanging people when she was. Dude, I guarantee you in Texas they were hanging people in the 1920s.
Probably
for execution.
Probably, you know.
I bet they were.
In 1927 was when the television was invented.
So that right there, being like in elementary school, TV first comes out. You like that to put her in like 1st grade. Damn, dude.
1929, frozen food.
Dude, that's a game changer in a lot of ways. So
Yep.
that was like the invention of like is it like, well, I guess frozen food technically isn't non-perishable, but some of it is. But dude, on that little sheet that I had that I showed you that my aunt made, there was just a couple things, and there was one thing I'd said before we went on that I had to make sure I fucking mentioned, because it was something she told me once. But so the average income in 1920, when she was born, the average income was $2,900. You could buy a new car for $350. You could buy a house for like 70. It was like $7,700, and you know, loaf of bread was 9 cents, gas was a quarter. Like, and that's what we were saying before we went on. I was like, there wasn't fucking credit cards back then, or like, I mean, I guess there would have been maybe loans of some kind, but dude, it wasn't like think about it. Back then, they were just like, you could probably walk in the bank, and be like, oh, handshake agreement, great. You know what I mean? Like, shit.
Like, true.
Like, dude. So, when I tried to explain to her shit about how you know, buying a house is now, holy shit, dude, she did. I mean, yeah, it's changed. It's definitely changed. But dude, so the one thing she said And this is the one thing I fucking want everybody listening to hear, because it made me laugh so hard. And I mean, she wasn't saying it to be funny. She was being serious. But I was just laughing at how fucking skewed society's come. But I don't know how exactly we were talking about. I don't know if we were talking about credit cards or we were talking about something. And like, I don't, we could Google that. I don't think credit cards were invented till like the 50s or 60s. I don't remember. She would have been well into her adulthood at that point anyway. So she was before, if it was in the 50s, she was before credit cards. I mean, she'd grown up and been, you know what I mean? So she
1950.
said 1950. Okay. So she would have been, she was 29 when credit cards came out. So, I mean, she was still young enough to somewhat adjust, but you're almost 30 at that point. So you've been you've lived through the Depression. So you're fucking not. So basically what she said was, we just didn't spend money that we didn't have. And I was like, fuck, man. I don't know what if I was like, when that lesson got fucking thrown out the window, because I started thinking about 2009 when the recession hit, you know, how many people fucking like, damn, dude. Like that fucking lesson went way out the window. As soon as credit cards came out, dude, that fucking thing went fucking, oh damn. 1950. I thought for some reason I thought it was a little later than that. I thought it was the 50s, but for some reason I thought it was like closer to the 60s. But like, well, either way, man, I'm learning all kinds of shit tonight.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, dude, there's a lot, dude. That's like, man.
To fucking, I mean, just think about, like, I know this is, we were saying to see, like, think about the salaries you make now. Just if you just go back in time, just somehow take all the currency you have with you, just be like, hey, what can I, just, man, dude, when I was looking at that and seeing the new car thing. So let's just put it this way. Think about you, like, we'll say a median income, just an average income for some, we'll say $50,000, you know, say 50,000.
That's high for some people.
Yeah, that's high. So I'm highballing here. I think the median income here is like 45. So I could even say 45 for here, but we'll just keep it at 50, dude. Dude, you're buying a new car now. Fuck, man. I mean, 350, I guess, to 2,900. I don't know the percentages of it, but I'm saying if you're making $50,000, man, even if you're buying something that's not too flashy, you're probably still spending close to 25 if it's brand new. You're brand fucking new. You know what I mean? So it's like, I mean, damn, so much shit's changed because you're fucking committing most of your salary to a fucking vehicle. And, you know, there's people that'll drop, you know, 70 grand on a truck.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, man, how it just is. But I mean, it's a different time. We can look at it like it's crazy because it is crazy to us. We weren't even twinkles in we weren't twinkles in our dad's eyes then because our fucking dads were long not born. You know what I mean? So shit. Like that's why it's going to look fucking wild to us. But yeah, man, fucking 350 for a new car.
That's like literally anybody right now on a part-time job could afford.
Yeah, dude. If you just worked fucking preload, and back then, dude, you're fucking balling. I mean, you are living in the nicest place.
High life.
You're driving the nicest you're driving the nicest cars. Well, you only have one car. Most people, they only had one car back then. I mean, you've got a TV. I mean, you're fucking balling. Living, just think of that as if you're a preloader, you could get out of the preload looking like, I mean, you're in fucking, just walk out of your cutoff and your fucking mesh shorts, but just be the richest motherfucker around town.
It's crazy, dude.
It's fucking, it's so wacky to think that it's fucking how much has changed. But, you know, she said to me that, you know, she feels it's a blessing, you know, and she, like I said, she's been healthy too. We've been really, really, you know, she's we've been really, really lucky. And she's, I mean, she's had a few bouts with some things and overcame everything. But man, like my biggest fear thinking about it is like, God, I just hope, because when this comes out, most of my family will still be in, some of them. I'm like, God, they better not let her listen to this, because I've probably already, I didn't drop as many F-bombs pissed off York this first episode, but I've dropped fucking plenty. So I'm like, she still can't hear it. She knows I do it at this point because it gets brought up now. So, but she doesn't know. I've just said, I was like, I kind of say some bad words sometimes. So you just wouldn't want to hear that.
You told the story about how when she called and you thought it was your aunt or something.
Did I say that on an episode, or did I just tell you that?
Oh,
I don't think I've told that story.
Oh, you didn't bring it up here?
As far as I know, I'll fucking bring it up now, dude. Because Dave pisses his pants because he knows, dude. Everybody that's been on here, I mean,
everybody knows how well spoken Luke is in front of his grandmother.
So my grandma at 99, she hit the don't give a fuck stage of her life, as far as not being, if she's calling you and you don't answer, she's just calling, keep calling. So my aunt, she had her phone, and because normally when she calls, it's from, so my aunt has a landline. Okay, so she also has a landline. So there's two. And she would call from the landline if it's my grandma normally. She had her phone, and my phone was on silent. And Ashley and I were upstairs. We were watching TV, and, she's obviously on West Coast time, so she's behind us. It's dark here. I see my phone light up, and I don't pay no mind to it. It's fucking, it's like, I don't know, 9 o'clock. And I lights up again. Still pay no mind. Lights up one more time. I fucking go up and look, and it goes away. And I look, and it says Aunt B. And I was like, oh fuck. Okay. So again, it calls. I answer, but like it was weird. It was like it disconnected or some shit. Like she hung up. So then I call again, and the fucking, it goes to straight to voicemail. Then she calls back, and I answer, and I'm like, I'm sorry, my phone was on fucking silent. Jesus, what the fuck's going on? I said, my phone's on fucking silent. Is everything all right? And it's a pause for like 2 seconds. And right then I knew. And she was like, I hear my grandma go, Luke, honey? And I was like, and so, dude, Ashley was on the couch fucking dying. I was like, oh my God. And she didn't really catch it, I don't think. But dude, yeah, that was I think that was definitely the first time I've ever said fuck to my grandmother ever. And it was nothing. I mean, she was fine, but if you don't answer her, like that was the first time she's done it to me. Like my dad's told me, like, dude, she's called his ass like 13 times in a row till he answers. Dude, she got nothing but time, you know what I mean? She's fucking
awesome.
Yeah, dude. So if she wants to talk, you're either talking or your phone's going.
He's like, bitch, I'm 99 years old. You're gonna fucking answer the phone.
Yeah, dude. You're talking or your fucking phone's dying from dead battery full of times vibrate. Yeah, dude. I mean, I felt like my heart dropped, dude. And I hate it. I was like, God, I knew as soon as there was a hesitation, I was like, shit. I knew it, dude. I fucking knew it. But yeah, I mean, that's one thing. That's one thing for me to. She was all right with that, but yeah, God, I wouldn't want her to hear. She talks about movies that are like R-rated. Like they had her. Do you remember the movie The Fighter with Mark Wahlberg and Christian Bale? I fucking love that movie, but it's a vulgar movie. Yeah. And so she went to see that with one of my aunts that were in town, and God, she was just so appalled. She was so appalled by the language. So I mean, if she's appalled by The Fighter, she's gonna be appalled by this podcast. And it's her fucking grandson saying, it's her grandson driving the fuck ship. So yeah, that'd be a you're driving the podcast ship, and I'm just driving the fuck ship.
Oh my god, dude, that's incredible.
Dude. Oh my god, I know. I mean, all in all, it's going to be, when this comes out, I just hope everything went smooth and well. And it's at a winery that we have. It's actually family owned. It's not our like immediate family, but it's our cousins, and they know my grandmother, so they were more than happy to set the venue to have it there. So yeah, I've seen, it'll be the first time I've seen some relatives, and probably, like I told you about my uncle on my mom's side, I don't think it'd be that long, but it's been a long time, probably 15 years.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun. And I know she'll be, but she can say all she wants is how she just wants to take it easy. But man, like, she's like, I mean, I get it from somewhere, man. She's always stepped up. Like, every time she's ever said, dude, I'll say this. This is a fucking funny story. That can be a feel good story. It's going to start off sad, but I'm going to tell you, it's got a happy ending for the listeners. So she fell. And I think I probably told you this story, Dave. I probably spoke to you on the phone about this. Maybe when she was still here before she went back with my aunt, she fell down, and so she had called my dad. Like, she had the phone. Like, her phone is a landline, but it's a cordless phone. So it was like near, she was able to like call my dad, and I'm closer to her than my dad is, like location wise. So it's like probably at 15, I probably got a 15-minute head start on him, maybe 10, but I got it, you know what I mean? So he calls and, tells me what's up. And so I fucking take it. Luckily it was on a weekend, and I was supposed to be there. It was on a Sunday, and I was going down there on Sundays then anyway. So I take off, and I mean, I'm upset, I'm fucking worried. I don't know what the fuck I'm walking into.
Right.
And so I'm like, okay, no matter what, I can't fucking cry, dude. So I go in there. She's sitting upright. She's fine, but she's like leaned up on the cabinet. She sees me and she just starts bawling. So immediately I start fucking bawling.
Yeah.
And so she's like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to fuss. She just tripped. She was fine. She didn't break anything. So I'm trying to fucking, dude, I'm not this guy anymore, but I used to be able to squat 700 pounds at one point in my life. I was a strong son of a bitch. And my grandmother probably she might weigh $120, if that. So I'm asking her, I'm like, do you feel okay? Are you moving everything's fine? And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to get you up. She said, oh, no. I mean, and this goes on for like fucking 5 minutes. And I'm like, are you sure? You're like, what's wrong? Do you need me to call? Because I kept saying, do you want me to call 911? She was like, no, I don't. And so, tit and tat. And finally I'm like, what's wrong? She's like, I don't want you to hurt yourself. And I fucking, like, we're still like God. Teary. So I start laughing, and I'm like wiping my fucking eyes and I'm like, put your, I was like, I almost said fuck then. I was like, put your arms out, So she puts her arms out, and I pick her up and sit her down. I was scared. I was like, oh my God. I was like, you sat down there for an extra 45 minutes just because you didn't want me to pick you up. She said, I just didn't want you to hurt your back. And I was like, God. That's what I mean, dude. It doesn't matter, because in her eyes, I'm always going to be like her baby. Yeah. Like, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? I'm 36 now, but I may as well be 6. You know what I mean?
You've always said she's always put other people before her.
Oh yeah. Her entire life. Always, dude. Yeah. She's been family first that's why, she was always like, that's why I said it's hard for me to put into words. Basically, I mean, there's nothing I wouldn't do for that woman, no matter what it made, whatever. I mean, she may not want it, but dude, there's not a thing like she's done more than, man, for my dad and everybody, for all of us, man. There's no, like, it's just hard to even put into words, dude. She
Sure.
means the world to me.
Absolutely. Well, let's end it on that one because that's a good wrap up ending there.
It is. It is.
That's
God.
fucking
I had
awesome,
to stop. I had to stop too. I'm glad you did, because I was starting to get fucking a little teary eyed. But I'm
Yeah.
good. I'm good. I promise. I'm good.
So real quick though, to go back to the Gabby Petito stuff.
Yeah.
So the footage from the vlogger was captured in Grand Teton National Park on August 27th.
What was it? What part?
Grand Teton, I believe is how you pronounce it. Teton.
So where's that at?
Wyoming.
Oh fuck. That's a rural. We know that.
Right. And the vlogger spoke to Gabby's mother, and Gabby's mother thanked her for sharing the footage.
So, but I want to make sure I got this. So he saw where the van was. That van
He noticed the van in the background of his footage.
So
of her
literally
footage when she was vlogging it.
So that van was gone, obviously, right? I mean, that guy had the van, correct? Like, so that video, he had the van. So I'm saying they found this, that he just pinpointed the location because of that van. And that's how they found her.
Right. It was a woman, Jen Bethune.
So basically, I guess what I'm trying to ask here is, like, if that guy, or that lady wouldn't have done that, like,
right.
I'm not saying
they may
would
have still not have even found her body.
Yeah, I'm not saying they never would have, but it would have probably been a while.
So like we can kind of relate this to the talk with your grandmother too, was like, imagine how far technology came now with that, dude. Like, we didn't have that shit back then. You know, like, it was because of this YouTube vlogger that they were able to pinpoint the area of where her body was. Like,
dude,
crazy that the person noticed the van in the background when they were editing the footage.
The only thing I see, like, from that era, from my grandmother's era, is just a bunch of dudes rolling out in every direction with fucking bloodhounds. That's what I think. Like, that's probably how. That's probably, you know,
dude, that's exactly what it was like back then.
Yeah, that's 1900s. Probably what they fucking, like. If something like that, and you think about how they got word to people, it wasn't obviously, dude, in 1921, fuck, they weren't getting word out like, you know, obviously like we can now.
Right.
So just even that alone, just to think, like, even setting the vlogger's YouTube thing aside for the fact that she saw that van, like, just think of just communication alone. I mean, dude, you're in New York. I'm in West Virginia. We're fucking done. We've done 58 episodes of the podcast. We haven't physically met yet, but dude, 1921, we were in two different fucking worlds.
Yeah.
Same way with, you know, Nate, Amy, Joe, Tony, and Sam. All of us, none of us are from the same. Well, you and Nate are, but you know, I'm including, kind of putting you two together. So, you know, we're all spread out. So we would have all been in our own universe, dude.
Worlds, yeah. Crazy. Fucking crazy, dude.
It is, man. But awesome. Like, I think it just shows why they were the best generation. They were, man. Like that, it's just, and I don't want to, like, I don't ever, you know, we never like to get political on here, but one thing that she ever said, when she said, and this really isn't political, this was when Pearl Harbor happened, but dude, she said, like at that point, like, I can remember her saying, she's like, oh boy, they didn't even have to, like, they were gone. Like, they were like, where do I sign up? Like every basically of every age, able body. Yeah. Was like, there was no, like, pressure, right? No, like, it was just like, oh shit, okay, where do we go? All right, go on.
I mean, I mean, I couldn't imagine that there was much to do back then.
No, there wasn't. It's different. It's different. And I'm not trying to take away from I'm not trying to say that we were pussies or anything, but it's hard for me not to say we compared to them, no matter what. I know technology was different, but it's hard from what they did to not be like, yeah, we were pussies compared to that generation. But you know what I mean? It's still, but yeah, dude, I'm not saying we wouldn't have been capable, but yeah, man, it's just like, I mean, there was no like debate, but that's different, dude. That was an open attack. It's a different thing. I shouldn't even have said that was really political, man. That was a sneak attack. That's right. What it was. Sorry. I'll fucking anyways myself.
It's all good, brother. It's all good. So yeah, man, that's I think that'll wrap this one up, bud.
Yeah, man.
You know, so
I think that'll do it.
Enjoy your weekend at the party. Enjoy the time with all the family.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
Fucking fun. So
yeah, I'm gonna take some pictures. I'm not gonna I'll put them up. They'll be on. I'll have to take something. So I'm gonna have something.
Of course.
I'll have a little photo dump.
You're gonna have to take like a video, like in selfie mode, like with your grandmother. Like, Grandma, say hi to everybody.
I'll be like, these people know all about you.
Yeah, you know what? She's probably the most talked about person on this podcast that we haven't had on.
Oh God, dude. You wanna we would have to YouTube it, because like I'm saying, just the video, because when we have on Zoom calls, you know, she's 99, so she don't know where the camera's at. So she was, you know, she'd be like this and like looking around, dude. It's funny to see her on Zoom because they do it on a cell phone too. So it's like if she was on a computer, she might be better. But like, dude, yeah, when they have it to where, like my aunt, when they're trying to change it to where, you know how it is on your phone, how you got the different squares. She was, we'd have to get visual with that.
That's fucking awesome.
I don't think she's gonna. She'll stay the most talked about person. I'd not be a guest. I don't think she could handle it. She don't stay up this late, man.
Oh man, it's fucking awesome. When's her actual birthday though?
It's Saturday. It is the 25th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's why it worked out awesome, dude. It worked out. It was on a weekend. It was, you know, it worked out with the Wine and Jazz Festival here in Morgantown got canceled because of COVID, I'm assuming. But they normally they're a vendor there. So really, like, it sucks for them that they canceled that, because I know that's a big part of their business, but they actually get to be there now. And they're still family. They know like I said, they're distant cousins, but they know my grandmother well. So she knows them better than I do.
Awesome.
You know, she knows people in our family that I'm like, who? Like, yeah, man, cousin. You know, I got a few distant ones, but man, I'm looking forward to it, dude. I hope to get some good videos and good pictures to put up to share with everybody.
Absolutely, man. Well, we look forward to seeing them. So, Luke, like I said, have fun, buddy. There, everybody, don't forget, like we said, Saturday, October 9th, 10 p.m. 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mark your calendars, guys, at 7 p.m. Pacific time. So mark your calendars for the live on our YouTube. If you haven't yet, go to YouTube and search All in the Delivery podcast. Click that subscribe button. Smash that bell, whatever those people say.
Yeah,
and,
right.
Get notified for when we have new content up and when we go live. So, guys, thank you for joining us again for this episode. And, you know, like we always say, continue delivering greatness out there, everyone. And don't forget your most important stop, all right? Luke, I'll see you next week, buddy.
All right, brother.
See you guys.
Have a good one, everybody.